Hello lovely students and welcome back to English with Lucy. Now do you think that you know these words? Well, think again, because these very simple beginner words actually have really advanced meanings. And in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you the advanced meanings of all of these super basic words. And as always, I've created a beautiful lesson guide to go with today's video. In this free PDF, you'll find all of the advanced meanings of the words we cover and 10 bonus words to deepen your vocabulary knowledge even further. If you want to download that, click on the link in the description box or scan the QR code just there. Enter your name, email address, choose your level, and sign up to my mailing list. Then I'll send it directly to your inbox. Okay, let's begin. 10 basic words with advanced meanings. First, I'll show you a word and an image that represents its basic meaning. Then I'll give you a sentence using the word in a more advanced way, and you'll have a moment to try to work out the meaning from the context. At the end, we will have a quiz to see how much you remember. Number 1, clock. This is probably the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word clock. But do you know its advanced meaning when we use it as a verb? Here's an example in a sentence. I clocked Tim leaving the meeting early, but I didn't say anything. We use clock as a verb, especially in informal British English, to mean notice. I noticed Tim leaving the meeting early. There are a couple more advanced meanings of clock as a verb that I've added to the lesson guide. The link for that is in the description. Number 2, table. I imagine we all know this meaning of the word table, but what does it mean when used as a verb? Here's an example. The teachers' union tabled a list of demands regarding working conditions and pay. Well, in British English, if you table something like a proposal, an idea, or a document, you formally present it for discussion. I imagine people sitting around a table in a meeting and putting an idea on the table. It makes sense, right? Well, be careful, because to table has the opposite meaning in North American English. It means to postpone or suspend the discussion of something. For example, let's table that proposal for now. We have more important matters to deal with. So now I imagine someone pushing a piece of paper to the side of the table and leaving it for later. I guess they both make sense. Be careful with the verb. Number 3, toast. A great breakfast food. Here's a sentence with one of its more advanced meanings. If Mum finds out we broke the TV, we're toast. I love this idiomatic expression. Did you figure out what it means from the context? Well, when we use toast with a person and the verb to be, it means that person is in serious trouble. Deleted that important file? You're toast. Jim missed the penalty? He's toast. The teacher found out we copied during the exam? We're all toast. Now, we usually use this expression in a humorous and light-hearted way. There are more advanced meanings of toast. I've included them in the PDF guide. Now, for number 4, we have another breakfast staple, milk. I'm sure you agree. It's a fairly basic word in this context, but here it is in a sentence with its advanced meaning. He's really milking that ankle injury for all it's worth. He hasn't done any housework for months. So if you milk something, you try to get as much advantage from a situation as possible. We often use it to talk about someone trying to gain sympathy, money, or attention from a situation, sometimes dishonestly. For example, those scammers milked me of every penny I had. Number 5, here is a bottle. But did you know there's an advanced meaning too? What does it mean in this sentence? It takes a lot of bottle to stand up to bullies. In British English, we can use bottle to refer to courage or confidence. You'll often see it in the structure to have the bottle to do something. For example, I don't have the bottle to ask him out on a date. I don't have enough courage or confidence to do this. A synonym in this context is nerve. I don't have the nerve to ask him out on a date. Now, we're halfway through, but if you're enjoying learning all of these advanced meanings, I have something so exciting to tell you. We're currently developing the most advanced program we have ever created, the Beautiful British English C2 program. It's so detailed and so huge, it's planned for release in early 2026. It's going to be incredible. There is nothing like this on the market. If you want to be the first to know about it, you can join the waiting list now and receive exclusive updates and content as we get closer to the release. And as a special bonus, when you join the waiting list, you will get this incredible bonus lesson. If that sounds good to you, click the link below or scan the QR code there to join the waiting list and get your bonus lesson. Okay, now it's time for a quiz to test you on the first half of the lesson. Do you have the bottle to give it a go? Here are the 5 words we've seen so far. Clock, table, toast, milk, and bottle. Can you match these basic words with their advanced meanings? We have courage or confidence, notice, be in big trouble, formally discuss, and get advantage of a situation. Pause the video and match them. Okay, did you manage to match them? We have clock, to notice, table, to formally discuss or postpone if you're in North America, toast, to be in big trouble, milk, to gain advantage from something, and bottle, meaning courage or confidence. Let me know your scores in the comments. Right, let's move on to our next 5 basic words with advanced meanings. Number 6 is sleep. I need to sleep more. I need to get more sleep. This is a very common basic word that we can use as a noun and a verb, but it has an interesting advanced meaning when used as a noun. Here's an example. You've got a bit of sleep in the corner of your eye. Did you guess the meaning from the context? Sleep is the stuff that can form in the corners of your eyes after you've been sleeping. The gunk. And yeah, you should definitely tell someone if they have sleep in their eye. Number 7, this is a brush. But do you know a more advanced meaning of this word? Here's an example. Sally had a brush with death when a tree branch fell just inches from where she was standing. We use the phrase a brush with something to say that we almost experienced something, usually something bad. Sally had a brush with death means that she nearly died. We often talk about a brush with danger or a brush with disaster. You might have also heard the phrase a brush with the law. For example, I had a brush with the law when I was caught shoplifting in my early teens. In this case, a brush with the law means that the encounter with the legal system was brief or minor. I didn't get into serious trouble with the police. This phrase has another couple of interesting meanings and collocations, and I've left them for you in the PDF lesson guide. Don't forget to check them out. Okay, number 8. This is a good one. Game. We all know about video games and board games, but what does game mean in this sentence? First, Liz completely ignores me, and then suddenly she's all friendly. What's her game? In British English, we can ask what's his, her, or anybody's game when we want to know the real reason someone is behaving the way they are. It's like saying, I'm suspicious as to why Liz is suddenly being friendly. What is her true motive? And a bonus point if you can tell me what it means in this sentence when used as an adjective. I love Pippa. She's game for anything. To be game for something means to be willing to do it, especially if we're talking about something new, exciting, or potentially dangerous. An example? We need a volunteer to feed the lions. Who's game? Now that's quite funny because game also means wild animals that people hunt for sport or food. So you could be asking here, who's food for the lions? That's an example of wordplay. Okay, we're on to the last 2 now. We have the basic word sport, as in football and tennis, but it can also be used as a verb with a much more advanced meaning. Can you figure out the meaning from the context? He showed up to the party sporting a brand new pair of designer sunglasses. Yep, we can use sport as a verb with the meaning of wear. And we use it when a person wears or displays something very proudly, perhaps even in a way that is showing off a little, like you're boasting, you're sporting your new designer clothes. And finally, number 10, this is a school. But what does it mean in this sentence? I snapped a load of pictures of a huge school of fish when I was scuba diving. School can be used as a collective noun for a group of fish. And we can also use it with other sea animals swimming together, like whales and dolphins, but pod is a more common collocation for them. Okay, it's time for your final quiz to see how much you remember. Today we're going to mix it with some pronunciation practice. Here's a short text. I'm going to read it out loud. I want you to replace the highlighted words with one of the words from the top of the screen. Those are bottle, sporting, milking, toast, or clocked. Are you ready? Speak along with me to practice. I noticed Dan sneaking out of the office at 3 p.m, wearing a huge smile on his face. Third time this week. If the boss finds out, he's in big trouble. I'd never have the courage to do anything like that, but somehow Dan always gets away with it. And he's been gaining advantage for that back injury. You know, he hasn't lifted a single box for months. Okay, you should have. I clocked Dan sneaking out, sporting a huge smile on his face. Yep, we don't just sport clothes, we can sport a facial expression, a smile. If the boss finds out, he's toast. I'd never have the bottle to do something like that. And he's been milking that back injury. Right, that's it for today's video lesson. What was your favorite advanced meaning? Did you learn something new? I hope so. Don't forget about the PDF lesson guide. You can download that by clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code there. And very exciting about my brand new C2 program. If you want to join the waiting list and get that bonus lesson, QR code there, link in the description box. I will see you for the next one. Mwah.